Hello and welcome to the devlog for Open Fishing, Open Hunting XL. It's the last game I made. Check it out in the description box. Buy it on Steam. I think it's on sale maybe right now. I think it is. It's pretty cool. So, um, that intro aside, I have made some cool stuff in this game again. First of all, we have new graphics, and second of all, I cannot move. Oh, I pressed Alt. Another thing is we have a prone system now, so we can couch, which is pretty cool. But aside from that, we have the main system that I want to show off today, which is not this rock, we'll get to this rock later, is this. We have a cool new gunsmithing system. So essentially this kind of works similar-ish to the harvesting system I made, but not really. So you can see these buttons are kind of laid out in the shape that they would be usually. So this is like the firing area of the gun, like the firing group. Is that what it's called? I don't know. But yeah, then we got the stock here at the back and we got the barrel here at the front. I think this looks really cool. I got this idea, I think maybe while I was about to go to bed, I think. And I was like, oh, gotta write this down right now. So I drew a really crappy drawing on my whiteboard. And I really like it because it makes you feel much more like you're working on an actual gun and less like you're just using menus. So basically, to show off the system, like you basically just click on a bit and it just like makes a noise and then that bit is taken off. You click on it again, you get this menu. Pretty cool, right? So I can inspect this bit. It's a sturdy pin, apparently. And this inspection is important, I'll get to that later. But yeah, we can replace it with the same pin, so we're not going to do that. And we can clean it, which tells us that you shouldn't be cleaning it because you first have to inspect it to see if it's dirty. Which is really cool, because like in a railgun, you shouldn't like over clean it. I've heard, maybe. I'm not sure, but like it makes more sense as a game mechanic as well. So I'm gonna keep it in. I don't care if it's true. I've heard it, and it's probably true, so we're gonna keep that. But yeah, so if I inspect it, it doesn't say it's dirty or something behind the sentence. So that's like cool because it means you have to like clean your weapon, and if your weapon is dirty, it becomes less accurate too. So that's also neat. We can also place back the part, and now it's in the place again. But if we wanted to take off the stock, we obviously couldn't do that because we have the stock pin in place still. So if you take both off, then you can look at the stock. Currently, you can't actually visually change anything with the weapon, but you can change like performance aspects. So we can take off this barrel pin if we first move these screws, and then if we move the barrel, then we can replace you with the competition barrel, which is slightly better. I'm probably going to add a menu at some point here that tells you that like a certain part is better than like another part, or like some kind of gun stats situation. But since not all the stats are in yet, so like I still want to add like trigger stuff, because if you've watched the devlog I made about I'm a little bit sick, so I'm a little exhausted from talking. If I sound a little bit, then that's fine. I'm a little bit sick. But if you watch the devlog I made about the shooting system, there's like a trigger pull mechanism there that you can adjust per gun, so you can get like a premium trigger that's more like sensitive than the old trigger. But you would have to really learn the trigger probably because it's like a different like point that it actuates. So that's cool, but right now it's just the only one trigger assembly. But this barrel does make it more, the barrel looks great, nice. But yeah, the barrel like does make it more accurate at the moment. I think real barrels do that, maybe, like the competition-y versions. By a very small margin, but I mean all competition stuff is like by a very small margin, I guess, compared to like the normal guns. But hey, not actually sure about that. I don't know that much about guns. I've learned while making this game. But yeah, you'll also be able to replace your optics here, because I think in real life replacing optics isn't just like, oh yeah, you plop a new one on. So I wanted to like simulate that as well. That's not in yet, because I still have to do the optics system later. So that's not currently in the system. But that will be in the system, so that's also going to be cool. And I think that's everything. Oh yeah, wait, if you shoot too many rounds through a specific part, it can break. And then your gun doesn't work anymore at the moment. I'll add more functions at some point, maybe. And then that will also interact with the system. So then if like your extractor pin breaks, then like you will extract right or whatever, you know. So I'll add that at some point, but first we have to check if this gun works. Because if you remove some parts and then you shoot it, it's not gonna happen. So let's see, can we actually shoot it? I did it, nice. All right, I replaced all the parts back. So for example, if I were to remove the stock pin and then close this menu, this is a very debug cube, by the way. This is not going to be the real thing in the final game. But if I now shoot, you can see I don't shoot because yeah, the stock pin is loose. So that would usually make something happen, probably. Eventually, like a jam or something, but I don't have jamming yet. So therefore, you get this right now. Another thing is we redid the graphics. I say we as if anyone else works on this game. I did redid the graphics slightly. Still a work in progress, like the cacti still needs some work, I feel. But you can see this bush, way more HD. You can see these bushes here, way more HD. This is HD. It's like bilinearly filtered. And basically, it doesn't look like a PS2 game anymore, or like PS1 game anymore. It's more like a PS2 game now. PS2, PS3, that's kind of what I'm going for. Because I feel with the game becoming more realistic in features, it should also look more realistic, and it's not that much harder. So that's very exciting. Now finally, I want to show this cool rock. I'm playing a game called Peaks of Yore, really cool, check it out. And you can climb rocks in that game, and I really want to climb rocks in my game too now. So now you can climb rocks. This is like a small rock, and we are obviously not gonna have these stupid little cubes, but you know, the holds will be different when the game is done, of course. But yeah, I think it's really cool. You can like grab onto stuff, and like it actually kind of feels like climbing. It's not as cool as the system in Peaks of Yore, but I mean that's a game literally just about climbing mountains. So I feel that game should probably have a more in-depth system than. Also, that game is way more frustrating than this. Which is not what I wanted for this. I wanted this to just be like a cool movement thing. This will also probably work for tree stands and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's like also cool. Like ladders will be way more immersive, like this. And we still have the little cubes dancing around below me because that's how the system works at the moment. That'll probably get fixed. I probably won't have cubes there. Oh yeah, and tripods. We also have tripods that are very much broken at the moment. But hey, that's fine. Well, I mean, they're not broken. They're just like not fully implemented yet because this is supposed to be like a tripod for a like optic thing, so like binoculars or a spotting scope. But we don't have those in the game yet, so that's gonna stay here now for now. A little cube floating in the sky. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think that's all I have to show you for now. So I hope you enjoyed these new graphics. I think they look much better, personally. And yeah, goodbye.